Hello, my little goblins. We're back at it again, and this time we got Punk. Rad! We're so rad. This deck is sweet. I'm just gonna say ahead of time. We did a Punk profile before. We did a Punk, but the deck was missing a bunch of stuff. Pure Punk was missing a bunch of stuff. Now, you got a lot of it. All right. So what did we get new? Right. So the new cards we got, this was a big new card, was Gagugu Punk Wogan. So this card, you pay 600 life points, which is, you're going to notice 600's a common theme with the Punk deck. Add one Punk spell from your deck to your hand, and when your opponent activates a thing that targets, you get to draw a card. Okay, the first card's important though. And you might be saying, oh, the Punks, they have shit spells, don't they? Well, that's a new card that we got. Punk Jam Extreme Session, which is their field spell. This card is actually nuts. I thought this card wasn't, I was gonna be like, this seems okay. This card is crazy. So first of all, you can banish one Punk, and you can use this card to extend the board because it's a free special summon. And if a psychic monster, mind you, psychic monster, not even Punk. So if a psychic monster uses you control paid life points to activate its effect, draw one card. I also want to point out that even if the effect gets negated, like imperm or anything, you still draw the one card, and you get to do it twice per turn. So it's a pot of greed every turn, because it's very easy to use the effect. Card is absolutely amazing. Another new card that we got, and this one's probably the biggest of them all, or pretty much in the top echelon here, is Dear No. So this card is absolutely insane. You pretty much special summon Dear No, usually probably off of Rising Carp, but you could also special summon it off Foxy Tune. You could special summon it off its own effect, and all those are fine depending what you kind of have on the board. It really depends. But Dear No, what does this card do? Well, it doesn't do anything special, but it does. First of all, it's a level 5, so a 3 and a 5 make it 8. So it gives us plays for Dragite, and you guys might be saying, where's the fucking water monster? Well, Rising Carp is a water monster. So if you summon Dear No off of this is a play. But most of the time, I'm going to say the first time you do the Dear No, like the tuner play, you're most likely going into Dragon Drive. This card, think of this card as another Zeamin. But this card has additional effects, which make it very, very important. So this card went in the graveyard, right? This card can, if your opponent tries to chain a card to one of your Punk effects, right? You can bring it back from the graveyard. Again, doesn't seem nutty, but it's actually very, very useful. It's good for closing out games. And every time it gets special summoned to the field, you can activate that effect. So it also helps get the effect of the draw on the Extreme Session off. And lastly, it's a level 8, which lets us combo with other stuff. So this is the last card that the deck got that was... well, we also got this new trap, which is a lot of people are running. This card pops a card on the field. That's pretty much all it does. But the reason why it's good, it's searchable off of Madam Spider. So it's just card advantage there. And the last card that's not even a Punk monster that we got, that is really, really good, because this deck really goes into 11s really easily, is Psychic and Punisher. And this card punishes. I'm telling you right now, this card punishes people. So if your life points are less, it's unaffected by activated effects. All your opponent's activated effects. Once per turn, you can pay 1,000 life points, which works with your field spell. And banish one monster on your side of the field and one card your opponent controls. And at the start of battle, you gain attack equal to the difference in your life points between you and your opponent. That's crazy. So if you're down to like 3k life points, this thing, it becomes 8,500 attack. And I'll tell you right now, it's very easy to ODK with this deck, and it's very easy to it's just very easy to make this guy big. And by the way, the attack gain that this card gets, so if this card gets like 2,000, 3,000 attack, right? That's a permanent while it's on the field. Right? It does not come off of it. It doesn't say until end of turn. Nope. So that means you can stack it every battle phase. It's also your battle phase and your opponent's. So kind of crazy in my opinion. Card's really, really good. The first effect though is not a quick effect, so that is the bad thing on the card. But the card's very good for closing games. But yeah, with the whole game plan of the deck, you want to go first. You kind of set up your board, you set up your traps, you have your hand traps because you end up drawing a lot of cards, and you set a you can set up a Sharkasua, and on your opponent's turn, you can use it to synchro summon into Amazing Dragon, and then bounce pretty much all your opponent's cards that he's trying to do. That's a lot of what you're trying to do here. You can also set up Sakata King with that. It just depends on what you're trying, what you actually get on the board. Let's get into some games, and you guys can see how the deck plays. And lastly, you guys will be able to actually hear the recap at the end. So, all right, let's get into it. Hello, everybody. We're here with game number 1, and we're playing against this smelly little nerd, and he's playing Runic. Pretty annoying. So, yeah, this is not fun at all. So he's gonna special summon a Runic monster. I played Max C. I'm surprised he wasn't like hyper aggressive and just didn't cast like it twice. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like sometimes people will cast these Runic cards multiple times. I got really lucky with this Imperm. If I didn't top deck Imperm here, I would have went for Ash, but this Imperm really like does a work on the Runic Fountain. Forces him to just quit, which is completely fine. Or summon Zayaman. So this is pretty standard here. He's gonna Ghost Ogre me. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So this is prime OTK. Like, he has no back row. He just used a hand trap. High likelihood he has spells in his hand, or he doesn't really have that much interaction. So we're gonna summon our Fusion guy. Fusion guy is gonna come out. And now we're going to Extreme Jam Sessions. Pretty much we're going for an OTK. So the beautiful thing also about Deer Note can grab Rising Carp. I don't know if you guys know that. Now you do. So it can grab Rising Carp, and if you guys don't know what Rising Carp do, if you use this for Synchro Summoning, you can make any Punk monster on the field attack twice. Which is great for our Jam Dragon. So we're gonna go into Amazing Dragon. Rising Carp activates on the Amazing Dragon. So now we have roughly 8,700 damage on the board. Boom. Boom. This is just to get your feet wet. Some of the games we got coming up are going to be insane. They're going to be intense. They're going to be something that's going to blow your mind. So, yeah, this is just to kind of show standard what this deck can do. Again, we're playing against Runic, so pretty strong, powerful deck we played against right there. Hello, we're here for game number 2, and yeah, I just wanted to really show like the basic combo of OTKing someone there, like Amazing Dragon. This is why I was actually debating whether or not if Amazing Dragon needed to be at 2, if it could be at 1, and I actually think it should be at 2. I don't think you should run one of these. Same thing goes for the other dragon, the other Synchro card. They're both really good. So I'm playing against Runic again. He's under Max C, so I just want to point this out. Like, if you're under Max C, you gotta decide whether or not you're gonna be summoning monsters, right? Like, he could have easily just chained, right? He could have easily just chained one of his cards to the Max C, so I don't get this draw. But decided not to. He draws 2. Normal summon. He's actually playing Sprite Runic, so Runic Sprite. This is that Diamond 4, this particular game. So like we're already climbing. I guess all the good Runic Sprite players are at D1, so it doesn't really matter. So he's gonna activate Runic Tip. So this is actually very important. So he adds Runic Devastation. I know this guy has Monkey Brain, right? So he's going to wait until I get a draw effect off of this, right? For him to pop. Because I know he's Monkey Brain, right? He called by the graves my Foxy Tune. It doesn't really matter. Our hand's pretty good right now. We could play through a lot right now with this hand. We still have it normal summoned. So here we're gonna activate Ogre Dance. I wanted to see if he had Ash. We're gonna Zayaman. He's gonna activate Freezing Curse. Wagon gonna come in with the clutch for the draw. Look how crazy this draw is. We draw into Ash Blossom. He's fucked now. He's so fucked. It's a beautiful thing. And then I get to draw and look, Monkey Brain. I already knew he was gonna do that. I was baiting this out. That's why you didn't see me use this effect to special summon a card. Because I have another one in my hand. And now I can Ash Blossom this fucking... I'm sorry, I just get angered when I play against Runic players. I know I made a Runic video last week, but I have to do that to make videos for the YouTube. You know? And honestly, the deck's kind of fun when you're playing it. Doesn't mean I can't hate on my opponent. So we got Dragon Drive. A lot of things happening. We're just making this to giving this 600 attack. Dear no. Also chain blocking in case he has Ghost. Bell Mansion. Here we get a free draw. Now we get the fusion summon. He's dead. He's dead, by the way. If you guys were wondering what's going on here, he's 100% dead. We're just BMing him at this point. Because I want to make the fattest fucking psychic end Punisher I could possibly do. Because if I'm not gonna do that, what's the point? So we're gonna banish him. He's gonna activate. He realizes he's dead anyway, because this attacks twice. So whatever he summons, I attack, which is, I think he only has one summon there. I attack, and then I can attack him for a bajillion, then attack, finish him off. So yeah, GG, goodbye. Goodbye. You went first too. So. Hello, we're here with game number 3, and I need to reiterate, I actually went first that game. He just backseated me. I had no answer, so that's why I did nothing. I forgot about that. So technically he did go second. Alright, so we're popping off right now. He's gonna activate Dimension Shifter. Cool. Oh, he's a monkey. Playing against another monkey. So if you guys don't know, when you Dimension Shifter Foxy Tune, I have to send a card to the graveyard. It banishes. Since the Foxy Tune's not met, it actually doesn't special summon anything. So this guy maxied nothing. Because I can't even summon it, even if I wanted to. So that's why we call him Monkey Brain. And we didn't get rid of Wall Gone. And maybe we should have got rid of him, because I wanted to use him to get the spell. Probably should have got him though. So we're gonna Ash Incredible Ecclesia. Fuck that shit. And then obviously you have the Sekka's Light. Why wouldn't you? So right here is telling me he's playing he's playing the 8 access deck. Really just special summon a bunch of level 8s. They have Kaijus and shit like that. Very odd draw though. Ecclesia is a weird card in that deck. So we're gonna add the Extreme Session. Honestly, misplay on my part for summoning the Extreme Session. For putting on the battlefield, that was a misplay. But it's not as big of a misplay as this idiot. So this guy is a complete, again, monkey mode. There's zero reason why this man should not just instantly win this game. I thought this game was over. But then he does shit like this. Like, he goes into Psychic Gang Punisher. His life points are higher than mine, so he's not immune. So I'm able to Ghost Ogre this. All he does is hit my card here. Banishes it. Unfortunately, I actually don't get to protect my Punk here. Now I max C. The reason I didn't max C before is because I didn't want to scare him off of doing his play. Because I wanted to use Ghost Ogre. I feel like if I max C'd before he did anything, he wouldn't have gone into that. He would have just attacked me. Like he should have. So here comes Ghost Ogre. Our hand is perfect to actually come back and win this. We had 950 life points, so we're like right there. Right? There's only a few handful of cards that actually can stop us from winning right now. So we're gonna go down to 600. Zayaman's gonna activate, and then Deer Note. Deer Note's gonna be huge here, and it's not. Because our opponent just DD Crows. He's the only person in Master Duel using DD Crow, apparently. And that actually fucked me over. I mean, the good thing is I do get to add another Ghost Ogre to hand. Because another fun fact, Ghost Ogre is a psychic. So this card searches psychic cards, not punk cards. So I was able to add Ghost Ogre to hand, which will be actually pretty useful. So he activates that card. I Effect Veiler it. Beautiful Effect Veiler there. Okay. He summons Luna. He goes into Dark. And this guy, again, monkey mode. You gotta remember, this is Diamond 2, Diamond 4, Diamond 3, I think Diamond 4, monkey mode. Because he's gonna activate this ability, and he knows I have Ghost Ogre in my hand. So I'm gonna Ghost Ogre him. Pops it, he has no arrows. So he gets a search. He's able to search the Fleur, but he has no normal summon to actually take advantage of it. Unfortunately, I draw Effect Veiler. I figure the only way I probably lose this is him normal summoning and then using the Fleur and then killing me. So I summon Almirage to protect from the Sage. And look, he would have had that normal summon. So now we're beautiful. We drew this. So now we can go into Amazing Dragon, pop this and finish him off. It's a beautiful world we live in, and he smells pretty horrendous. He probably looks like this Sangan too. Hello everybody, we're here with game number 4, and you know what? We're playing against another Chad, another partaker in fine things. Pretty much, so if you guys want to know how this matchup plays out, it's whoever gets the combo off probably wins, right? Literally the entire time we play this, it's to stop the other person from comboing. Because we both run like 600 hang traps. So he's going to Ash me. Pretty unfortunate. I normal summon my guy. I smack him. I figure this is the best line of play because I want to get this off the board immediately. Because if he ends up drawing any type of punk, he's just going to get so much value off this card. I'm just going to... It's a loss. So we're going to hit him for 12. Obviously, we don't show what we have here. We kind of like keep it hidden. See, this is the reason why we keep it hidden. Because now he's doing this play. I'm able to take advantage, pop this. And then I go for a negate on this. And then he is the Chad as well. So he goes to negate on me. And I'm like, wow, dude. It's a good thing I have these 2 Ash Blossoms in my hand. If he has Called by the Grave, I just lose the game, by the way. If he has Called by the Grave right now, I just lose. Or cross out. I lose the game. So he activates. I Ash. No response. Alright, so we're still in this. We're still in this. And this is how I imagine most mirrors go, unless you just have every answer for everything. You know what I mean? Emergency teleport, he Ashes me. Is what it is. We're still kind of like in the lead here. We're the ones beating his ass. The lower life points he gets is actually really good for us because it's less times he can activate effects. So if he does end up starting to get a board, he's going to start getting chokehold by his own cards. So we're going to activate Ogre here to grab Zeoman. Normal summon Zeoman, activate it. He actually has a Punk, so he's able to actually stop my card. But now I can just activate this to go into a Fusion Summon. Go into Rising Carp. But then he has Effect Veiler, and I can't do anything after that. So I just have to pass. He has no answer. He knows once I combo off, he loses the game, so he just concedes. But good job, Yugioh Senju. I think you played that. First of all, that name is very contradictory. This is like the love child of like Madara and Hashirama banging, I guess. But either way, good job, buddy. Playing base deck. Hello, everybody. We're here with game number 5. And by the way, I said it's a base deck because I'm playing it currently. If I was not playing it currently, it would be a shit deck. Grabbing Deer Note here is probably not the best. It's probably kind of whatever. Actually, no, it's fine. There's so many. I'm gonna tell you right now. There's so many ways to get to the board you want to get to. And I think they're all fine. So Zeoman, Deerno, because you might be asking why didn't you do this Punk? Because I only have one of the fusions in the deck. And like if I use it early, unless I'm going into Ryzen, I don't think there's any point for me to do it early. Because that's like a way I can kill my opponent later. And then I do it anyway, so I guess it doesn't really matter. I do it so I can get these draws off. Because these draws are OP. Madam Spider adds another thing. I'm gonna get another draw. Dude, look how much card advantage this shit is. It's so crazy. I just did like 600 moves here. Or I did like a bunch of plays. I still have 5 cards in my hand. Okay. He activates Runic tap. Play against Runic again. I want to preface Runic a lot of times run like triple lava golem, so I was literally expecting to get lava golem here. So Runic Dispelling gets rid of Imperm, which is actually a pretty good discard for me. I wanted to keep these 3 cards, especially against Runic. So now we're popping the Runic Fountain. Goodbye. Bye-bye. And then he plays Runic Fountain. And I want to point this out. Stop being greedy. Stop being a greedy little monkey. Like, this is a greedy monkey play. Like, all you have to do, like, he has no thought in the world that I'm going to be able to destroy Runic. A lot more people are starting to run Ghost Ogre. So now, for him doing this, he banishes 3 cards. Okay, wow. Now I Ghost Ogre you. And you lose the game. You lose all 5 cards. You have no way of drawing. Most decks only run 2 Runic things. Granted, you can get one back with Gary, but dude, some of these people, I'm going to point this out. Some of these decks just carry people because like this is like climbing up diamond, and these people are playing like complete idiots, like a lot of the time. Kind of nuts. Hello, everybody. We're here with game number 6, last game before we go into the recap. I do want to say, I do apologize if I call people stupid and idiots. I do stupid shit all the time. But some of this stuff is like really like I'm playing, when I'm doing these games, I'm playing on stream, talking to people and shit. You know what I mean? Like, so I feel like when you're doing that, you're bound to make more misplays. You know what I mean? This is like really good start, by the way. Or like, I don't know, really good, but it's a pretty solid start. So Deerno, summon Zap, grab a Madam Spider. You're gonna be able to draw a card. We're gonna special summon a card. Beautiful. So I do want to say, misplay here. Wait, did I activate Foxy? Never mind, I activated Foxy Tune already. I'm stupid. I was saying I could activate Foxy Tune to get Cicada Bug out, but I guess not. He's gonna activate Cosmic Cyclone, gets rid of, just nukes one of those. I'm like completely fine with all this. He's playing Sky Strikers. Like, look at all these hand traps. Like, this is what I'm talking about. Like, you guys are saying, oh yeah, you guys don't have negates. You don't need negates when you have all these hand traps. I got Effect Failure, I got Ghost Ogre, I got Ash. I am gonna say this. I mean, the good thing is he did use Droplet here. So maybe this was a good choice. I was gonna say, no, this was a good choice. Because with this... Yeah, never mind. This was a really good choice. I can see... Never mind. I was like second guessing this play. But if he didn't have Droplet, I literally bounces everything back to his hand. And then he has to normal summon Ray on main phase 2. So yeah, okay. Never mind. This is fine. So he Droplets me here. I let this go through. Oh, I get to draw a card for free because Extreme. He activates Sky Strike Maneuver. I activate Ash. I mean Maxi. And then he activates Cross Out. Because I'm going to use this to pop. Because this was going to get popped anyway. That's the reason why I Maxied, if you're wondering. I just find it funny that he just crossed out designators because he knows I'm popping this. Like, how does he know he's popping it? So he goes into Kaguri. We have the perfect answer, the Holy Trinity here. Nope. No. Our hand is like really good too. Our hand's like really solid. And then he goes into Shizuku. Shizuku activates. I ash it. Poor baby. Poor baby. And that's gonna be GG. We're gonna Foxy Tune. I actually get rid of Ghost Ogre here. Because Ghost Ogre is not particularly that good against him. Unless he has Module. Well, it's only decent against Module. And then we go into Punisher. Gotta bring out Big Sexy. Gain attack. Attack. So this is a beautiful thing. I'm at 2,300 life points. My opponent, like, people don't really know what Punisher does half the time. So he's gonna go into Kanya. And instead of stopping, I mean, he's dead either way. It doesn't matter. He tries to make this use on this. This is unaffected by opponent's card effects. So he's dead. The big Booska slams it into him, hard and mighty. Just like we all want it. Hello everybody, and thank you for watching. I just wanted to say, please consider subscribing if you guys enjoy this type of content, because I'm very consistent with posting, and I always post the newest decks. Check me out. I think I post more deck profiles than most people, so check me out if you like this type of stuff. Alright, also join the Discord. The Discord's link is down below, so please do that. Let's talk about this deck. Let's talk about this recap. This deck is nuts. Really, really good. We climbed from, remember, this is all on stream, and we had a few people coming in and stream sniping too. So some of my losses were due to stream sniping. We had a 70% win rate. We actually exactly 20 games, and out of those 20 games, we had 14 wins and 6 losses. So that allowed us to climb from Diamond 5 to Diamond 3. So let's just look at the deck, right? Why is this so nuts? Well, the thing is, it has so many lines of play, and on top of having so many lines of play, it also has so many ways to extend the board, which I think is really, really good. I'm going to be the first to say, I actually don't think this deck is even that expensive to begin with either, because let's look at like, I run almost the entire main deck, besides 2 cards, is cards you should have built in your deck anyway. We're talking about 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. 19 ultra rares that you should have crafted anyway, because these cards are staples in so many top tier decks. So these are like your core pieces, you know what I mean? Definitely should have these crafted. Now, when you look at the extra deck, you can argue, it's like, oh, well, it gets a little expensive with the extra deck. Almirage, you should have crafted. A lot of decks use it. Zeus, a lot of decks use it. Dingirsu and Hope Harbinger, I can understand you might not have it. Same thing with Cicada. Cicada does come from those little shitty packs that they give you, though. That's how I got mine. See how I can't dismantle it? So if you play the game long enough, you might end up getting it for free. Now and then you have 3 ultra rares coming from the archetype, the Punk archetype, and then Psychic and Punisher. You just need really one of these, and then finally Adamant Superior Dragon. It really isn't that expensive. I know it looks ridiculously expensive, but it's just because there's so many hand traps in the deck. You get rid of all these hand traps, you have to look at this deck is not expensive at all. So if you're making a brand new account and you're like, okay, let me play Punk, it's gonna be very hard to do it, because the brand new account isn't gonna have all these hand traps. So, but if you have a seasoned account and you already built up a collection, you have a lot of these hand traps crafted, which you should, because hand traps are like the most used cards in any deck. Like if I go right now and I wanted to make a live twin deck, guess what? All I have to do is delete all these Punk cards and just throw in some live twin cards, and you got another deck. That's literally how this game is. Like, if you want to play a top tier deck, they all run a shitload of hand traps. So, I would definitely look at investing into that. So, I think if you actually craft this deck, you will not be unhappy with it. It's a lot of fun, and the more you play it, the better you get at it. You have to remember, I had the 70% win rate, and you might be saying that's not that great. It's actually very solid and very good. And this is me. I literally just picked up this deck. I had some experience with Punk from my last video, but not with the new cards. Not with the new cards. I figured that shit out on my own. I did 2 solo games. Check out my Twitch. Check out the VOD on Twitch, because it has everything recorded. And in that, you can watch me do my 2 solo games, be like, oh, okay, I figure how this deck works. And then I go right into ranked. And we still landed on a 70% win rate. That's pretty solid, in my opinion. Imagine you're like a loser, right? Who's played this deck for like fucking years, right? And you came and just built this deck and went into a match. You're gonna decimate people. You're gonna know all the lines of play. You're gonna know all your outs. And don't get me wrong, I'm not an idiot. Like I'm good. I feel like I'm pretty solid at the game. So like, I recognize my outs most of the time. But I think the deck. I think it's definitely. I don't think this deck is an autopilot deck. So if you're an 8-brain like the people we've been watching, this might not be the deck for you. Because the deck does have a lot of intricacies to it, okay? But for the most part, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. If you value fun, you'll value the deck. That's all I'm going to say. So if I'm going to say cards that you don't need to craft that are ultra rare, just to help you guys out, because I know you guys might complain about the price. Cards you might not need to craft. I think these cards are kind of relevant to craft. I feel like you should craft them. If you don't at least do Berserker Tenyi, at least do the Adamant. No, either one of these are good. I'd probably say these might be versatile to switch out. The Hope Harbinger, Dingirsu. These cards are really good though. I'm gonna point this out because the reason why Dingirsu is really good, if you're playing against a deck that makes the Mech Knight with Mech Knight Avermax with IP Masquerena, Dingirsu's you're out there. So, like, I mean, there's a reason why some of these cards are in here. You know what I mean? I mean, technically, you could go into Fortune Tune, attack into it, and then go into Zeus. But you're taking a lot of damage that way. I don't know. Either way, on a scale of 1 to 10, how do you think the deck did? You know what? The deck is a solid... I'm going to say a solid 9, right? I don't think it was as overly oppressive as when I played Runic Sprite. But it's very, very good and very, very consistent. Alright, and on a tier list, I'm going to say this deck is probably... It's probably as close to tier 1 as you're going to get. Like, if you want to put, like... the thing is, it's on the bottom end of tier 1. And the reason I'm going to say it's on the bottom end of tier 1 is I still think Runic Sprite, like some of these decks are just like better than it. Just because I say Runic Sprite is a tier 1 deck, but Runic Sprite I feel like it's kind of above almost everything. It's like on the upper echelon of tier 1. Like, you know how like someone's rich, like someone who makes like $1 million a year is rich. Well, someone who makes $100 million a year is also considered rich. You see what I'm talking about? So this is the example I'm giving. All right. So I hope you guys enjoyed the deck profile, and if you guys have any questions, join the Discord. I'll answer them if I can, or leave a comment down below. Let me know what deck you want to see next. I have some things in the work. It should be pretty cool. So, all right. Goodbye.